Where it's all open plan, it's quite cold all the time. I usually sit under the duvet on the sofa and cuddle. We go to bed from 8 o'clock because it's so cold in the winter.
If you come down first thing in the morning, it does get chilly. When we had the last cold snap, we actually burnt 200 tonne of wood.
I absolutely hate the cold. Sometimes I'll be lying on my sofa with blankets on and it make me feel so miserable. I cannot explain how miserable.
Basically, at the moment we've been using coal and wood. We haven't turned the storage heaters on at all. I am feeling the cold more in the last year or so. I think it's just the damp. Yeah, it'd be nice to come home from work and come into a nice warm house rather than having to come home from work and chop wood and start a fire.
Chale's a small community on the Isle of Wight on the southwest side and overlooks the English Channel, high on the cliffs. The objective of the Chale Community Project is to bring people out of fuel poverty, to teach people more about their energy use and to give them the tools through providing the infrastructure to reduce their fuel bills and save energy. We hope with this project to find out what's possible. We won't get everything right, but we hope that with the funding that we have, we can see what actually works and hopefully create a more sustainable community that can be mirrored in other places in the country. But it's a trial and it's a test, and we hope the community will pull together and make something really special of this, and we'll help all we can in that role. We're now at Chale Primary School, and this morning is going to be our first meeting with all the local residents, so it'll be really interesting to see what they think of the project, and it'll be interesting to see how many turn up.
Today is probably one of the most important moments in the project because we're launching the scheme to the residents. So this, in a sense, is encouraging people to take up the option of the funding that's available and work with us to produce a renewable energy solution for Chale.
Okay, so straight over in front of me.
Well, first of all, I just want to say why I'm here. It's been quite an interesting journey for me. I finished my last round the world 5 years ago, and I realised something when I stepped off the boat. That when you sail around the world, and you go around the world on a boat, you take the minimum resources with you. You have the minimum amount of biscuits, minimum amount of food, minimum amount of oil for your generator, diesel for your generator, and you manage it when you're out there. So you never leave a light on, you never leave a computer screen on, because if you do, you'll run out of diesel and you won't get around the world. And then I stepped off the boat at the finish, and I just thought, in life we're not like that anymore. It's not about climate change, eco or green. I don't use any of that because actually the way we live doesn't work. We won't be able to live even how we do today in 100 years. It's about using less energy, and that's what we're planning to do here in Chale, is to try and help use less energy, which ultimately means spend less money. You'll be able to ask me questions later, but I'm going to pass back for the next part of proceedings. But hopefully it makes sense why I'm here now.
There's going to be 3 home visits from our warmer Chale teams, which will be run by Ray and the Footprint Trust. And what they're going to do is they'll come along to your home at your invitation, none of this is compulsory, your home at your invitation, and they'll talk to you about what you can do to reduce your bills and keep warm. All 67 homes in Spanston League will have the opportunity to take part in a pilot to use new technologies, and the aim of the new technologies is that we cut the electricity bills in halves. One of the things that made the big successful was the idea of a community sustainability fund to invest in community projects in the future. Where will the money for that come from? Well, the answer is there'll be a photovoltaic going in somewhere on Spanners Close. Don't know where. But it'll actually be selling electricity into the grid. That will raise money which a group can then use, which will set up out of the community, can then use to do more projects in the future. We want to know what works for you. What's been done that works, what doesn't work. And we also want you to take up Mark's offer, which he's about to talk about, in droves. So I'll let him talk about it, Mark.
Any journey which starts at a bus stop between Chale Church and Star Corner, the fare will be £1.
Well, I just think it's almost miraculous that Chale, which is one of the poorest parts of the Isle of Wight, has managed to get this money to make the homes more efficient and to help people reduce their fuel bills.
Chale seems to be an out-of-the-way place. Not a lot of people know about it, and it gives us an opportunity to put ourselves on the map, I suppose.
This is probably one of the most exciting things that's going to happen in the village for a great many years.
I think
there's enough people in Chale that will want to take this forward in a big way.
Yeah, I think we got to get the word out and get let people know exactly what's going to be happening.
Chale is going to be a world leader in making changes and helping with global warming.
I think the meeting went really well. It was good to see the questions from people. I wasn't sure if lots of people would ask questions, but it's good to hear what their concerns are. It's good to hear people say that they didn't think the roofs were big enough for solar panels and to put everyone's minds at rest. The next step is looking at the report from the architects when they've looked at every individual building to see what the fabric is, and then we can work out what we can do to those buildings. So we'll work out what we do on the outside, on the inside, and also to replace parts of the building. So that's the next step. This project's going to work because there's an amazing team of people behind it who really want it to happen, and it's for the benefit of the community. And I think anything that's for the benefit of the community with this amount of energy behind it, I think it's going to work.